the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves, and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. Why have we forgotten that? We forget our roots. We forget that history tends to repeat itself. The time is now to take our power back, people. People are struggling. More and more people are homeless than ever. They're taking our human rights away from us. So this isn't lower class, middle lower class. This isn't Republican versus Democrat. This isn't black versus white. This is rich versus poor, up versus down. We're no longer playing into the illusion of left versus right. None of that bullshit is fucking real. What is real is that people are suffering in this country. The top 1% of elites have their billions from our labor. It's time to get mad. It's time to take back what's ours, people. United we stand, divided we fall. And don't you think that includes them in that phrase? No. When the American people are divided, you and I, they stand. When the American people are united, they will fall. This isn't going to be a combat fight. This is going to be, we're going to continue boycotting and stop supporting the elites fight. Everybody start shopping locally. Keep the wealth with us. Don't put it towards the elites anymore. Because as we've seen time and time again, we don't get it put back here. It stays up there for them to fucking hoard like the whores they are. And if you pay out the ass for health insurance, you have healthcare, babes. Don't worry about those bills they try to get you with. Money are just numbers they use to manipulate us. They don't actually need those payments. They have billions to fork over to other countries. Yet the lower and middle classes are diminishing. This is our fight, okay? It's time to stop sitting back and giving in to the convenient lifestyle they've conditioned us to. It's time to turn to herbal medicines. It's time to turn to each other, to support each other. That is how we stand. And we will not stand with a nation built off of slavery that is still happening, yet it only evolved and we're just noticing now. The CIA is probably going to send assassins after me after I post this. So for the record, I am not suicidal. I do not have any mental health conditions, besides ADHD, but that don't do shit.
But this is the sellout of America today. When we had members of Congress in there waving the Ukrainian flag on the United States House of Representatives floor, while we're doing nothing to secure our border, I think every American in this country should be furious. Who's going to vote for these people? How can you vote for these people? They don't serve our country.
What does President Trump make of this?
Are you going to bring it up to Trump?
President Trump watches the news. I'm sure he knows what's going on.
Why is this fight against Russia not worth it? Ma'am, why is the fight against Russia not worth it?
Are you waiting to
McCall and Mike Johnson and everyone, if you have proof that Vladimir Putin is going to march across Europe, going to go all the way to Kiev, take Poland next, and then keep on going, unclassify it. Declassify that proof and show it to the American people. Prove to the American people why they need to send their hard-earned money over there. Prove it. I dare you to prove it because you do not have the proof. And they're not capable of showing it, Steve. This is the biggest, most repulsive scam, and it's been happening for decades, and it's all they claim to protect American jobs and to keep the military-industrial base going and employed, and it's all for our economy. This is not an economy anybody wants. We don't want an economy built on people's blood and dead bodies in foreign countries. We want an America-first economy, and from now on, Steve, we are going to demand it from our Republican leaders. I don't care if the Speaker's office becomes a revolving door. If that's exactly what needs to happen, then let it be. But the days are over of the old Republican Party that wants to fund foreign wars and murder people in foreign lands while they stab the American people in their face and refuse to protect Americans and fix our problems over here.
Everyone, Congressman Corey Mills, Florida 7th District. I'm sure you're all as disgusted as I am with witnessing the flying of the Ukrainian flags on the U.S. Congressional Chamber. I want to be clear that the only flag that should ever be flown in our Congress, on our floor, in our chamber, should be the American flag. You know, I wish that so many of them who supported the Ukrainian funding for their border and for their country cared as much about America to fly proudly the American flag when we vote on border security like H.R. 2. It is a sad day in Congress. It is a sad day in America when people proudly fly the flag of a foreign nation in our United States chamber. I am disgusted by this. And the fact that the Sergeant at Arms and others did not ensure the decorum, I think, is one of those things that needs to be followed up on.